can you introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Amy McNulty. I'm the Water Efficiency Manager here at the Irvine Ranch Water District.
What should students know about the drought in California?
What I think is important for students to know about the drought in California is that drought is something we in California experience on about a 5-year cycle. What makes this particular drought so important is that it's very severe throughout the state, and it's unprecedented also in that the governor has declared a state of emergency throughout the state and ordered the State Water Resources Control Board to mandate a 25% reduction in Californians' water use statewide. What that means for us here at the Irvine Ranch Water District is we have to achieve a 16% reduction in water usage by the end of this month, by the end of February. So what we've done to implement those measures is we've had a two-pronged approach. We have implemented, and we've had in place since 1991, an allocation-based tiered rate structure, and we've also had some very strong conservation programs. Through our rates, we give every customer a water budget. If their usage exceeds that budget, their cost for water increases. And when I say increases, it increases quite substantially. And what this does is it alerts our customers if they have a leak or if they're overwatering or if there's some sort of problem by sending them a very strong price signal. And what we hope that does is encourages them to call us, and then we have staff available to come out and assist them with finding out what the cause of the high use is. So that's kind of the stick of our carrot and stick approach. On the other hand, we have a lot of conservation programs that we've always had ongoing, and what we've done as part of this drought response is enhanced those and added a lot of new programs such as rebates, a lot of heavy landscape focus. If you see behind me, this is our demonstration garden here at our headquarters facility. We installed this about 2 years ago to help customers see the variety of landscaping materials that are available should they choose a turf alternative and want to put in something that requires a lot less water than a grass type of landscape would require.
How can high school students help save water during California's drought?
I think the number one thing students can do, I think often you may, maybe I'm assuming this, but you may feel you don't have that much control. You don't pay your water bill. You probably are not likely to even see your water bill. So what I would encourage is, if you see something, say something. I think all of us have driven by a home or a business or somewhere and seen maybe a broken sprinkler, or seen a lot of water running in the gutter, or even seen something, where the sprinkler's watering the sidewalk and not where it should be watering. You can call us. We definitely have resources to respond to things like that, but you can also, if it's your next door neighbor, I encourage you to just go up, knock on the door and let them know, because most of the time sprinklers come on in the early morning, late in the evening. They are most likely unaware that it's even happening, and in my experience, they're very appreciative when it's brought to their attention so they can fix it, because they may be getting a high bill and not know why. And now you've just helped them solve that problem, and by speaking directly to them, you reduce the amount of time it might take for us to contact them and reach out to them to get that problem fixed. A couple other things that I think students can do, and I've got some resources here for you guys, is you can perform your own home water audit. So I have a flow bag, and what this does is you just hold it for 5 seconds on your shower head, faucet, hose, whatever supplying water. Count to 5 and it'll tell you how many gallons are coming out of that fixture. And then you can compare it to, is that an efficient fixture or an inefficient fixture? Is there a new product I could switch it out with that'll have a lower flow rate? Another thing we encounter all the time are leaking toilet flappers. Inside here is a simple dye tablet that you just plop into the back of the toilet tank, come back and check in 15-20 minutes. If you see coloring in the bowl, the flapper isn't sealing the water from the tank, so it's just seeping through, draining to the sewer, and then the tank has to fill back up over and over and over again. You can also use regular food coloring to perform the same test at home. So those are just a couple things. The other thing is in the shower, if you notice the tub diverter, when you lift up the nozzle for the water to come out of the shower head, if there's still water coming out of that tub diverter, that's a waste of water. And that means that tub diverter needs to be replaced. These are all pretty inexpensive fixes that you can make that can help save a lot of water. The other thing too, being that you are students, you can also implement a lot of things on your campuses. A lot of schools have environmental clubs, or you could have a drought team, which could help establish a communication channel with your school facilities personnel to, again, if you do see a broken sprinkler or if you see something wrong, students know who to tell, who to contact, so that it can be fixed quickly and not just go on where everybody sees it but no one's informing anybody who can fix it.
How can everyone in the community help save water?
A lot of the same thing. Pay attention to your water bill. We have our rate structure in place. It has the tiers that are called low volume, base rate. If you're over your water budget, you're going to start seeing usage in the inefficient tier and in the wasteful tier. And those are titled that to get the customer's attention. If there's usage there, we hope that you call us so we can work with you and help identify what that might be. Again, the toilet leak test. The other thing on the outdoors is checking your irrigation timer. Oftentimes, if there isn't a battery, there's a power outage, it'll default to a 7-day-a-week, 10 minutes for every single sprinkler station. That's way more water than any yard needs. So checking the sprinkler timer, we have a suggested irrigation schedule available on our website. That changes monthly. So just like it's unseasonably warm this particular past few weeks, but normally in the winter, the days are shorter, plants are not actively growing, and we often hopefully get rain. So you don't need to be using your sprinklers as much as you would during the peak of summer when your plants are actively growing.
Where do you see California's water supply in the next 5 years?
Well, like I mentioned in the beginning, droughts are cyclical, so hopefully we'll come out of this drought this year, fingers crossed. But in 5 years we could be into a drought, hopefully not as significant as this. So what we recommend, especially here at IRWD, is conservation is something we do all the time. It's an ethic here. It's not just something we turn on when there's a drought and turn off when the drought ends. And we've seen a tremendous reduction. We've put the call to our customers to take action to conserve water, and they have. In January, our gallons per person per day was down to 59. That's the lowest it has ever been. And a lot of that's a combination of behavior changes, a lot of device retrofits like toilets, and a lot of landscape transformations as well, which when the drought is over, people may be cutting back on their showers and doing a lot of behavior changes right now. Those things, they may go back to normal, but if they take out their thirsty grass and put in a drought tolerant plant material, that's a long-term water savings that we'll see long into the future.
Can El Nino